What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bumpy Road to $10 million. This is the June 2026 portfolio update halfway through the year. Honestly, not much happened this month, so we'll keep it short and sweet today. And as always, a friendly reminder that this video is not financial advice, and when investing, you can lose everything. So please always do your own research. So we mentioned at the end of the last video that market had run up quite a bit through the end of May, and we shouldn't be surprised that all of June was a down month. Well, that's exactly what happened, but from an overall portfolio perspective, we were still in great shape. As of June 30th, 2026, the SPY was up just 9.5%, just over 9.5% year to date, which is actually our return assumption for SPY for the entire year. Our ETFs, UPRO and SPXL, were up by around 22.5% each, which is still a great 6-month return. For the options, as we would expect, since the ETFs are up materially and the options are getting closer and closer to expiry, the values are down significantly. Both put options were down by almost 60% each, but they're behaving exactly like they should. Let's also look at our hypothetical portfolio, where we had invested $10,000 at the beginning of the year and added $1,000 on both February 28th and April 30th. UPRO and SPXL would have increased to over $7,000 in value each, whereas the put options are down to about $40 each. Overall, the hypothetical portfolio value is around $14,400. And remember, this is before we do our end of June scheduled trade, which we'll get to in a second. And if we do a simple return calculation, what we have divided by what we invested, the year-to-date portfolio return is a solid 20.3% in 6 months. Going back to the June capital injection, remember every 2 months we need to consistently allocate capital to our portfolio, and the next capital injection is due on June 30th, where we would allocate $1,000. So given the UPRO and SPXL prices as of June 30th, and assuming we're investing $1,000, we would have bought 3 shares of UPRO and 2 shares of SPXL to add to our portfolio. Last thing for today, I've mentioned earlier that if we track our portfolio too frequently, daily or weekly for example, it would be terrible for our health and negatively impact our sleep at night. Given the leverage nature of the strategy, there is just so much volatility, and most of it is actually just noise. For example, if our portfolio is down 10% on any given day or week, who cares? It'll just give us the chance to buy securities at a cheaper price at the next capital injection date. Remember, this is a 20-year strategy. And even if we look at our year-to-date portfolio returns on a monthly basis here, the volatility is still extremely high. We've been as low as negative 15% for the year and as high as 26% for the year. In March, for example, if you were checking market prices regularly, you could have easily convinced yourself in real time that the strategy doesn't work and you should sell UPRO and SPXL at exactly the worst time when they were at their lowest. So while for this first 6 months we had monthly updates so you could see how the strategy works mechanically, my personal opinion is that even monthly tracking is too frequent, and for peace of mind we should check our portfolio returns quarterly instead. But we are human and we will check our portfolios, and we also need to inject capital into the strategy every 2 months. So what we'll do moving forward as a compromise is a portfolio update every 2 months instead. So the next one will be on August 31st, followed by October 31st, and finally at the end of the year on December 31st. Of course, if there's a severe market crash where our put options increase in value dramatically, or if SPY hits our target return for the year, such that we should take the leverage off our portfolio, we'll make a special unscheduled video to see what to do. But absent that, let's let our portfolio now run on autopilot and we can use our free time to enjoy our lives instead. So that's it for today, guys. The next portfolio update will be at the end of August. Hope today was interesting. Thanks for your time and see you on the next one.